What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. So today's video, I just wanted to go over some information regarding that black Ford Focus. If you guys see, I made a recent video about me getting that vehicle frontline ready. And so I'm just going to give you a breakdown. I sold that vehicle today. Today I sold two vehicles, and I'm waiting for a deposit on a Corvette right now. So today is a good day to start off the new year. I got to tell you, I needed a day like today. So I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really confident. Things are going well for the business. I recently just started paying a pretty large advertising fee with my local news company because they kind of cut me off from because I was posting cars as a dealer in the private party market, and it's just more unprofessional, but it's just so expensive to advertise with this company. But clearly it was worth it. So I think it's $400 or $500 a month to advertise 10 cars or less, pretty much. Oh, it sounds so expensive thinking about it, but so here's what happened with the Focus, guys. So just kind of backtracking, if you didn't see the original video, it was a 2012 Ford Focus, 140,000 miles. It was just kind of the base model. It was the SE. It was black, clean interior. The body had a bunch of imperfections. The front and back bumpers both had little slits in the bumper. The front fender had a pretty decent sized dent in it. So it had a few imperfections on the body. It needed 2 rear tires, and that was pretty much it. Other than that, it was a good running, driving car. Yeah, that's pretty much all there really is to say about the car. So as I bought that car from a private party, they were asking $4,000 for it. The NADA book value was $4,400, and I had offered them $2,500 for it, and they said no at first, but then they got a hold of me like they usually do a couple days after nobody else comes and buys it. Okay, then I got there and they didn't tell me that it needed tires, so I got an extra $100 off, so I paid $2,400 for the car. Okay, I had looked at the book value, seen that it was $4,500, and just knowing the work that it needed it had some body flaws. I mean, it's just a cheap car, you know. I wasn't interested in making it perfect. It's not a new car. So it was more from what I was thinking maybe like a first-time driver or somebody that doesn't really care about the exterior. They just need a car to drive back and forth, whatever. That's pretty much what it ended up being. It was a kid's first car, so perfect for him. You know, if he runs into a snowbank, who cares? Doesn't really matter. So it's the new body style. It's the totally renew Ford Focus for 2012. They redid the entire interior. It's a nice car, you know, even for $4,000. So since it needed some body work, I took $500 off the retail price just to start with. So my asking price to start with was $39.95. I made sure in the ad that I pointed out that big dent, and I put in there that the body had some flaws on it, and that I adjusted the price accordingly. So they knew of that. You know, they knew before. These people had told me that they had drove all over the place. They've been looking for a good car for like 2 weeks now. And she told me some horror stories that those poor people had gone through. So it just goes to show you guys that take the time, get the car cleaned up, you know, make sure mechanically the car's good. And people like this are going to be happy when they show up. You know, they're going to get a good running car for a good price. I mean, that's really all people are looking for these days. So they were just telling me, I mean, it sounded like they looked at like 15 cars. So the sucky part about this is that the kid had saved up cash and they only had so much, you know, and so she had offered me $4,000 out the door, which was my asking price. So pretty much at that price, I would have to cover all her taxes and registration. So I was, you know, of course the negotiator in me is going to say, oh, let's come inside and see what numbers we can work. And so I showed her. Originally it would have been like 40 46 or 4,700 with taxes, my $199 dock fee, everything all together, registration. It was like 4,600. So I was like, it's supposed to be 4,600 if you paid the full asking price. I know you said you only have around 4,000, so I was thinking that maybe they had a little bit extra. So I hit her back I said, I'll split it with you. Let's do 4,300. And I could tell by how she responded. There was no. You could just tell how that they just didn't have any more money. And she's like, yeah, we really only have about 4,000. So then at that point I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this one more shot. So can you do 4,200? And she's like, sorry, we can't. And she's like, there's another one that somebody else listed. We'll probably have to go look at that. She's like, I understand, like, we're trying to get, trying to get a lot of money off of your price. But yeah, they were sweet about it. And she's like, I hate this part about having to look at cars. I'm like, oh, it's totally fine. It's just doing business. I actually love negotiating. It's fun for me. So long story short, she's like, yeah, all we have is 4,000. So I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to sell you this car for basically 3,300 if you want me to get you out the door at 4,000. And after thinking about the fact that I really haven't had to do anything to this car other than really clean it, the inside was already clean. I told her, I said, you know what, I haven't really had to do anything to this car. It does need 2 back tires, so I want you to promise me that you're going to get those replaced ASAP, because they wanted to take the car today, so it's not something that I could go have done. I just haven't had time to get them changed out. So I told her I will help them out and do 4,000 out the door, and that's what we did. So pretty much I sold the car for 3,300 and something plus my dock fee, so I pretty much got 3,500 out of that car, and then they paid the taxes and fees. Those just go to the state. So not a huge profit margin, guys, but that was a quick flip. And this is the best part. That car was online for about 20 hours, and from listing to sold. So that car was online for less than 24 hours. I had one lady come look at it yesterday, and for her daughter who just turned 16, she went to go take it for a test drive, and she came back way too quick. So I was taking that as they weren't interested in the car for whatever reason. I mean, it is what it is. Some people can't get past the body quirks. But I did even tell her before she came, I said, check out the pictures and look closely. You can see the damage in the pictures. So she was on the phone okay with it, but yeah, they took it for a quick drive. And usually when they go for a quick drive and they come right back, that's usually not a good sign. So she's like, okay, well, I need to talk to my husband about it. And usually whenever you get that kind of story, it's usually not going to go that way. So yeah, I haven't heard anything back from her. And then these guys got a hold of me this morning, and they came right over, and they were so happy that I was able to get them down to that price. They were so happy that I was able to get the paperwork done, and they were out the door in less than 15 minutes. It was really a simple process, especially since they paid cash. That makes it even easier. They don't have to go get a loan. So yeah, it's that time of year, guys, where people with the cheap cars, I mean, they're going to sell it quick, especially with tax return time. So I think I'm definitely going to start putting in the legwork. I know it takes a lot extra hassle to buy the cheap cars and drive around and meet everybody. I just felt uncomfortable buying cheap cars from the auction for some reason. I don't know, because I always just think, like, if another dealer could just flip this car and make $1,000 or $2,000, why wouldn't they? So that's it. I want you guys to give me some feedback on that. Am I limiting myself in thinking like that? Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that. Am I being too paranoid with the auction cars? I definitely wouldn't buy them without driving them and seeing them, and doing my little emissions scan, and checking the car over. I definitely would not do that. So at least I can drive them and see them at the auction here locally. But as far as just buying a cheapo car that's a couple grand, a few grand, without seeing and driving it, even after I see them and drive them, I'm still like so paranoid. I'm just paranoid in general. So, and you go to the car auction, my paranoia goes through the roof. So tell me what you guys think. Am I being overly paranoid with that? Who knows? But so to break down the price real quick, bought it for $2,400, ended up getting $3,500. So hey, I made $1,100 like that. All I had to do was clean the car and make a better ad. I made a really good ad, took really good pictures of it. That's a huge thing when you're doing this private party stuff, is usually they make a crappy ad with crappy pictures, and I'm totally cleaning the car, taking better pictures of it, typing up a really good ad for the car, and that goes a long way with stuff like this. And be honest, man. Don't be one of those people that hides a bunch of flaws, and then when they get there, it's like, dude, they're gonna notice and you're gonna feel like an idiot, or at least that's rude. Like, if there's a bunch of issues with the car, if there's body damage, tell them about it before they come in. They're gonna be more likely to buy the car, way more likely than wasting your time and theirs. That's rude when people do that. She told me this dealer was doing all kinds of shady stuff. So it's just, I hate hearing the bad stuff about other dealers. I know that not all dealers are bad, of course. There's good ones out there here and there. It's just like any business, man. There's going to be good business people and crappy business people. So we made a quick flip, guys. That was the fastest flip I've had since I've been back in business, less than 24 hours. So we're going to go ahead and keep the party moving. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, and I believe I'm taking a deposit on my Corvette. Ooh, she's good looking at her right now. I think I'm taking a deposit on that car today, so I'm just waiting for the Venmo right now to come through, and if that happens, I will make a video about the Corvette sale that should be going down on Monday. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.